For all you mad bastards loving the Big Show podcast, get up even closer on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. Or raw dog it. 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki.
Douche.
How are we, fellas? Good weekends?
It was a really good weekend.
Yeah, man.
You must have been
But I'm pretty
stoked.
slow now.
It was
a little bit slow.
such a nice weekend. I loved it.
It was a beauty.
I had
the
one of
Sunday
the-
being nice didn't mean much to me.
Right. So you had a big Saturday.
I had a big set.
I had one of those weekends that was so awesome that I was like, finally.
Oh, did you?
Finally a weekend where everything you do is great, everything is chill, everything works out, everything is easy.
Nice.
And you achieve everything you want to achieve. And it was
Sure.
just like, got to Sunday night and thought, that was a
good,
fucking stonking weekend.
Little win for Hoodie J.
It was a win,
Hey?
Maggie. It was a tick in the box there.
And then Rue did poos in the kitchen and ruined
Then
it.
the duck shit.
And then a duck came in and
Shat my mouth when I was sleeping.
all over my duvet. But it was very nice. And actually, as evidence, Keezy, by my message on the chat there, I thought of you over the weekend. I had the most incredible mince on toast.
I'm not mince on toast guy. I had
I
it once.
know,
Once
I
at
know.
Magic Round.
But like we
Well,
went,
twice.
we went out to lunch with a mate, right? And it was an old it was a cafe I used to go to, which was a cafe. And she said, "Oh, let's meet there." And we went, "Oh, okay, that's nice." But it ended up, it's changed now, and it makes Asian food and breakfast and all sorts of stuff.
You'd have been filthy about that.
And I was like, "Oh, no, I wasn't," because I was starving. And then I saw on the menu, it took me a long time to choose, Mogi.
Did it?
But then I went, it had sweet and savoury mince on toast.
Yum.
And I went, I'm going to try that just for Keezy. And fuck me, it was good.
Yeah.
It was so good with an egg on top.
You can see why I ordered that when you were hungover, right? It's just
Sure.
a
Well, I
dense-
wasn't hungover at that point, but,
No, but
yes.
it's just so good and warming. I love it.
But you couldn't eat it all, could you?
I did eat it all.
Oh, you did eat it all.
Yeah, I
Well
did.
done.
It
Must
was
have been
incredible.
small.
You're a big boy.
Just had a little snack for dinner, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so much food for old Hoodie J's little tum-tum.
How was your steamer?
My steamer was okay.
Was it though?
And I saw, JJ.
Feeny.
Yeah.
We
guys-
what? When?
and
When
what-
you were taking a...
What was her partner's name?
Dom.
Dom. I saw Dom. He gave me a little wave, and I went, "Whatever, man."
Yeah, nice.
you're
Yeah,
good.
because they're
Yeah, thanks,
opposition.
fellas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Well, they're not anymore.
No, they're not.
Nah.
They were there having their little lunchy thingy. Is that breaking confidences there by me saying that?
Don't think so.
Who cares? It's just a cafe with 2 people in it.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, man.
But anyway, you had a good one, Mogi, because you were going to the island there, and I know you were looking forward to it.
I was looking forward to it. I drank a fair amount of piss, but I was also pretty good with it. Like, the wife was pretty early on trying to get me to move on to margaritas.
Sure.
So the lunch started at 12:30. I had a margarita in a can first before I went. Then we turned up and they had bubbles on arrival out at this joint there. And then moved on to rosé, Chardonnay.
No wonder you
Oh.
felt terrible.
I'm not finished. Then
Here's
they
the starting,
they
man.
came around with espresso martinis.
Oh.
I said no to that.
Nice.
I said no to that. And then my wife was trying to get me to move on to margaritas. I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then we went to finish there and went to a bar, and then it was beers and gin. And then went back to their house after that at about 8 o'clock. It was before the rugby finished, actually, whatever time that was. And then that was gin. So it was a hell of a mix, but
Yeah, there's a
fortunately,
combo.
fortunately they ran out of ice at about 11 o'clock at night. And at that point, I was done. And then they were feeding me beers. I was like, nah, this shit.
You're just drinking for
So
the
I
sake of it.
I stopped drinking at about 11, which was really good. But then I was like, I better find out when I can get a taxi back, like what the latest time a taxi runs on this island, because I never really used them before. And rang the taxis, and they were all closed. It was 1:30 in the morning, and it was all over.
Yes.
And there was nowhere to stay at this house. We could have slept on the couch, but the lounge had no
Curtains?
blinds.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And they've got 2 kids under
Right.
5, or
Sure.
5 and under. And so they would have been up at about 6, and I was just like, I I cannot.
Drunken Mish home?
I cannot fucking stay. It was too far. Like, there's no walk. But I called a mate. I texted a mate and I just said, look, on the off chance that you're up
At 1:30 in the morning.
And not steamed.
and
Yes.
not hammered, which is exactly what I said, we are stranded. And he'd gotten up to watch the Formula One.
Oh, cool. That's at what, like 2 o'clock or something?
Yeah.
Three?
So he came and picked us up and dropped us off. And
Great.
it was the most wonderful act of kindness I've ever experienced.
Yes.
We really needed that.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the couch with my wife, dressed up as well, going to sleep on the fucking couch in pretty much a suit. And and your missus is all dressed up. It would have been a horror show. And then just a bit slow yesterday and a bit slow today.
Sure.
Yeah,
man.
But geez, it was good. Some of the people there at this lunch, and I don't know what
Was
they
it-
did. They arrived in a helicopter and they left in a helicopter.
My God.
At our lunch.
And was it like an event?
No, it was just a lunch.
Just having
it was
catching up.
it was a birthday lunch.
Oh, okay, right.
And then I don't know what they did. Flash helicopter it was.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
One of the fellas that was on the helicopter, I went out for a turn about the garden. They got a nice garden there. And I was having a dart, and him and his mate, they thought they'd be pretty keen on a dart. This is only about 2:30, so they haven't been there long. And your fella there, we're talking about the wonders of darts and vapes, as you do.
Sure.
This fella they look like they must have some money. This fella looked like he did. He took a puff on his dart. I think a head rush hit him because he was not a regular smoker. He took a step back, caught a paving stone. Good solid 3 steps backwards and just smashed on his ass and fell into a hedge. A small hedge.
Oh,
so
my
me and the other
God.
guy are cracking up laughing at that. But then he sort of quickly, you know how you want to recover from something quickly?
Yeah.
Yes.
No one will notice. It's like, it's too late. But he sort of rolled over onto the side and got up. And in his haste to get up quickly, he overbalanced forwards.
Oh.
Now he's going the opposite
Oh,
direction.
my God.
5 meters and just over he goes again and onto his fucking head and,
Oh
his,
my
and his
God.
shoulder into the grass. He was completely fine other than the utter humiliation.
Well, his pride was...
But he
yeah.
must have been massively steamed.
Well,
He must, because you don't do that kind of propel forward unless you're really steamed.
I mean, there was... No, but he wasn't as... Like, he was fine to talk to.
Sure.
He was fine to talk to. He had been drinking, but the head rush certainly got him. The paving stone really fucking stitched him up.
Yes.
But it's the getting up and then
And
making
then to
it
get
worse.
up and then go...
Cartwheeling forward.
He must have a massive head.
He was like, I am just so stoked that my missus isn't here.
Because that's divorce shit right there, right? That's like...
Yeah, and he had an espresso martini and he spilled that all over himself. Like
Oh,
really expensive
God.
clothes he was wearing. It was gold.
It's just like,
But the first one was funny. The second one was
Ooh.
it was embarrassing. Yeah,
Yes.
sad. It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I was like, generally I'll be cracking up at this.
Yeah.
oh, take a wee tumble there, did you, fella?
How was your weekend, Keezy?
Lovely.
Good. Everyone's had nice weekends.
Seriously, like, Friday night, did me and the wife just watched a movie and had food, which we'll talk
Oh,
about
what did
later
you watch?
Yeah.
You're saving that
for what's on
Yeah,
telly.
yeah.
And then Saturday, I decided I'm going to clear out the entire garage, which is full of stuff. It's like a mezzanine top shelf bit. Pulled it all out, pulled everything off the shelves, put everything back in a beautiful manner. Mountain bikes up on the walls, mounted up there to save space.
When's the last time you got on those?
2.5 years ago.
Yeah, good.
My parents gave them to us. They're rusted out now. They're fucked. I've got all these engine oils and stuff. I put them all on the shelves with little bits of tape saying, this is the oil for your truckie.
Yeah.
And then like, this is your automatic trans fluid. So no, that's all the truck stuff. All my Honda stuff's down there. And then I've seriously gone in to look at it. I did it this morning. I went and just had a look at the shit.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
yeah. I did it a few times yesterday. My mates came over on Saturday night. I told them to go have a look.
Go and have a look at this, man.
Yeah, they were pretty
Oh,
underwhelmed.
loving it.
But I felt amazing
Yeah, it's
afterwards.
good, eh?
Yeah, feel
good
$1 million
stuff,
bucks. I'm still
Keezy.
on that high, Jace.
Yeah, good.
All right.
Good.
Well, now I'm out of it.
You finished?
Thanks a lot. What did you do, man? Oh, you had a nice weekend, and then the duck did poos in your mouth.
Went fishing yesterday morning, which was beautiful. It was one of those classic things where the tide was just right, and I said to my wife, I want to go fishing.
What did she say?
She said, oh, yeah, I'll come with you. And then,
Oh, yeah.
and then I was like, can I really be asked? You know, those thoughts
Yeah,
that come in,
yeah.
and I went, yes, I can be
Yeah,
asked.
good on you, man.
Really easy. Went
Wow.
out. I go off a little jetty sort of pier out by just before Mission Bay by Cully Talton's there.
Oh, yeah.
Goes right out to the
Do ya?
ocean.
Oh, that really long one.
Yeah, the really long one.
You drove all the way in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Super windy out there.
But it wasn't yesterday, and it was a beautiful morning. And got there. It takes me 2 minutes to set my line up. Chucked that out there. My wife went and got some coffees and some.
That sounds nice.
Some baking.
What kind of baked goods did you have?
We had a sort of
Oh.
savoury kind of croissant.
Oh,
And she also got. She was filthy actually because she bought 2 sweet things and they only gave her one of them. God, she was filthy.
Did you get that from the yacht club or something?
No, she went in the car down to what's it called?
Kohi Marama?
Yeah.
yeah.
You couldn't say it because it was a Māori word, eh?
Yeah.
What's the kohis mean? Do you know?
Kohi, don't know. Still haven't reached that part of my studies. Although this morning I passed my first assessment.
Oh,
Kia ora.
God.
Yeah, thank you. So I was stoked about that.
Well, marama is moon. So,
Is it?
Yeah.
Kohi
Wonder if it's Half Moon Bay. Kohi. Let's have a look, fellas. Let's find out in real time.
Google it, Mr. Google
No,
Fingers.
Mike's literally Googling it as we speak.
No, I was talking to Mike.
Mr. Google Fingers. I'm Mr.
Yeah, I've got a doctorate.
Nonsense. Chatterbox Prattler.
So Chatty Moon.
Chatty Moon.
Chatty Moon, they
Maybe it
often
means
are.
Moon TV.
And I tell you what, speaking of great weekends, when I don't know if you fellas noticed this when I came in today, old Pugsarm was in good spirits, wasn't he?
Was he?
Had a big gig on, was it the Saturday
Oh, yeah.
night? And said it went the gig went very well and it went even better afterwards.
That's what I heard too. He
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
and once things were done, that's when things really got
Yeah,
good.
oh, did he say that to you as well? He
Yeah.
said things heated up. Old threesome Pugsarm.
God.
Did you find out what it means?
Bastion. Nah, not really.
Yeah, great stuff.
I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right.
We've let everyone know how our weekends
Dark
were.
mud.
Oh, dark mud. What?
Skeleton. Wasted. This is Kohi I'm going for. Diarrhea. Diarrhea moon. It's got a ring to it.
Yeah, it does. Okay,
Okay, we'll go with that. Diarrhea moon. Sweet. A very sought after area of the country. Although I was out there
is.
last weekend and it's a shithole, isn't it? I mean, I don't like any of the cafes. It's really
Yeah.
it's that classic sort of thing of it's like a surface paradisey sort of
Yeah. Mission Bay. hard
all
out.
of that.
My
Can't
first love used to live out in Kohi.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm quite familiar with it.
except for the
Interesting.
name of it.
So it used to be
Kohi.
called Waiparira, which means duck water, which is where
well,
there
that makes
was
sense.
a breeding ground of all the
Diarrhea moon.
parira, the wild grey ducks. But then it was changed to Bastion Point, and then it was changed to Kohi Marama, and now the owners, Ngāti Whātua or Hauraki, have changed it to Taka Parafo.
Okay.
So it's had like 4 names in the past 100 years.
How good.
Crazy, eh, fellas?
You like that, fellas?
Hey,
So
Bastion
crazy.
Point. Oh,
isn't
there you go.
that hungry? Isn't that interesting?
You been to Bastion Point, Margie?
You mean Kohi Marama?
Well, up the top there, up
No,
the hill.
I
It's
haven't.
quite good
Shit,
to have
it
a
is
look.
so beautiful up there.
It's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, go and have a little tiki tour one day.
Have you been out to Music Point?
No.
Yes! Yeah,
Recommend that for like a nice Sunday walk.
Right.
Really nice.
Let's start getting into these walks.
I'm not into fucking walking,
Well, neither
Keezy.
am I, man. But
Jace, you
Fuck,
walked to
man.
the end of a pier and got your rod out.
Yeah, well, the pier's only about,
It's like 100 metres, isn't it? It's long as.
it's longer than 100 metres.
Oh, there you go.
Probably 200.
1,000, yeah.
But I wasn't right at the end because there were other fellas at the end who'd already got there before me.
Yeah.
So I was just sort of 3/4.
All right.
So 175
What,
metres.
175? Yeah, okay. Hey, listen to the Hauraki Big Show, 4 till 7, every single weekday on Radio Hauraki, all right? It's where you catch us with music. Okay.